May I come in?
Yes, please.
Good morning.
Morning. So, Aryan?
Aryan.
Aryan, exactly. Please sit down. Aryan, just very quickly introduce yourself in just about half a minute.
Sir, my name is Aryan Yadav. I am from Gurgaon, Haryana. I am 24 years old. I have a bachelor's degree in computer science from IIT Roorkee. This is my second attempt at the civil services and my first interview with the optional subject mathematics.
Why did you pick mathematics for this?
Sir, it has some relations with computer science, which is my graduation degree, and computer science was not available as an optional, so that was the best option I felt.
In fact, computer science is mathematics.
Yes, sir.
What else?
Yes.
You see, in fact, the whole calculation, because it's calculation based.
Yeah.
Right? They don't use their gut feeling.
Hmm.
Right? It's only a question of numbers.
Yeah, it is pretty significant.
Even the language is basically the computer language is numbers only.
Yeah.
Yeah, we say things, but they convert that into numbers.
Binary. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is your.
Yeah.
No, this binary. That you mentioned binary and quantum. This regular computer and the quantum. In fact, I remember when I was in Vienna, there was an Austrian scientist. Yeah, he was a quantum physicist, Austrian. I think his name was something called Edwin Sovredinger or something like that. Yes, very well known. I think he finally got Nobel or so. I'll have to search. He came to India as a tourist. He visited India. And then he was taken around and was explained Indian philosophy. He said, this is what quantum is. Yes. Have you heard of this story?
No, I haven't.
But if a quantum scientist comes to India and then he is explained Indian philosophy of, Atman and Brahman and all that stuff, he said, yehi to quantum hai. You have Brahman on that, and you have Atman here, and you have so many things in between, and which have all sovereign freedom. Why did he say that? This is quantum.
So I'm not sure about the Indian philosophy.
But you're not sure of Indian philosophy?
Yeah, I'm not aware of the Atman and Brahman.
You see, because the Indian philosophy gives you that ultimate freedom to interpret. Yes. While it lays down the broad ground, but then it leaves to you how to interpret that. And that is what quantum is. Yeah.
Yes.
Quantum is a game of how you interpret that, because your binary is it's very clear.
Yes.
Right? 0, 1, 0, 1. That's 0, 1, no?
Yeah, 0.
But here, no. The quantum wants that freedom. Yes.
Yes.
And that is what brings in the quantum uncertainty, in fact. Yes. Because it's so uncertain, but still it is not so uncertain. Yeah, it follows a pattern, but still remains very uncertain. So this is what our philosophy is all about. Which means the final end but how to reach that end, there is so much flexibility allowed. Isn't it?
Yes.
So, he credited his visit to India for a better understanding of quantum. Long time, yeah. All right. Since we're talking about technical things, yes, we're talking about the scope of innovation. Yes, these are all innovation consequences. Yes. What are the primary requirements of creating an innovative environment? What kind of environment is required for innovation? Yes.
Sir, first of all, would be strong universities with a good research culture. Secondly, would be availability of funding, which is necessary for innovation, both private sector and
much more important. These are the tools, basically.
Yes.
Right? Larger macro level enablers for innovation.
The human capital.
Yes. When you say human capital, means within the human capital, what?
Creativity or a risk-taking mindset.
If quantum seeks, those who deal with quantum will also seek freedom.
Yes.
isn't it? So if you deny freedom, in a way you kill innovation. Freedom of thought is absolutely essential for creativity and innovation. Yes.
Yes.
And when you provide so much of structure to your behavior, in a way you are limiting your freedom. Yes.
Yes.
Tell me now, in the Indian context, our universities, our schools, our laws, our regulations, are they tuned for creativity, or they are inherently preventing that creativity?
Sir, the structure can prevent creativity because a lot of times the researchers have to deal with a lot of regulations, a lot of bureaucratic approvals, which then they have to waste their time dealing with those things and they cannot spend their time dealing with the innovation. On top of that, there has been concerns about politicization in terms of appointments in universities and providing of grants in universities.
You must have heard that there were such bright brains and they were school dropouts.
Yes.
Can you name some?
School dropouts.
Bright brains. Doesn't have to be contemporary, even in the history.
So I know contemporary, I think Nikhil Kamath, the founder of Zerodha, he was a high school dropout.
Have you heard about Michael Faraday?
Yes, sir.
What was he doing?
Sir, he worked in the electricity.
No, but what was he doing as a profession to earn his bread?
Oh, I'm not aware of that.
He was bookbinder. Yes. He was a bookbinder and he was working at a bookshop which used to deal in second-hand books. And when the old books will come, he was supposed to bind them so that they could resell in the market, and he will take the book home and read it on his own. If Michael Faraday was alive today, he might have got as many as 6 to 8 Nobel Prizes for his inventions. Free mind. Yes?
Yes.
I'm sure if he had gone to school, he would not have done the same thing. The Royal Society had difficulty accepting him to make a presentation.
Yeah.
They said, come on, for God's sake. We have PhDs and others to make presentations. तो school भी नहीं गए, है ना? But then they made an exception. So this is where I want to know from you, what kind of environment we need to create in India for promoting innovation.
Sir, I think...
My worry is we are killing innovation. Because don't confuse jugaad with innovation, please, for God's sake. Yes?
Yes.
Jugaad is a very low level innovation. It won't help you compete with the world. Right?
So I think it would start from the school level then, encouraging children to have more open thoughts, explore their own interests rather than trying to kind of fit them into some narrow syllabus or narrow structure. Even in the new education policy now, more flexibility has been introduced in choosing of subjects.
But we don't know how to implement it. You talk to anyone, they are thoroughly confused. No. Right.
Aryan, computer science.
Yes.
Okay. How can you explain these two terms, GPU and TPU, to a layman like me?
The GPU is a graphics processing unit. Basically, the main thing that it does is it can do parallel processing. So it can perform multiple tasks at the same time. And this has been found to be very useful for creating AI models, for creating neural networks. And TPU is something, it's a tensor processing unit. It has been created by Google. It has been created specifically for artificial intelligence purposes, while GPUs were actually designed for running video games and video editing on computers. But TPUs are specifically designed to run these AI models.
Okay. Okay. Now, given the combination of computer science and mathematics, and Indian Police Service is your choice number 2.
Yes.
Okay. How can you apply
Yes.
both computer science and mathematics in Indian Police Service?
Sir, one thing could be data collection, using which we can identify crime hotspots, and we can be more intensive policing in those spots. Another thing could be like smart traffic management. We could collect satellite data, and using those, we could have traffic lights that can adjust based on the traffic density. Other than that,
I will help you. Recently, Honorable Prime Minister said something in the DGP conference in Raipur. How to make our police future ready, and how can youth contribute for Vikasit Bharat. He said so many things.
So I think with cybersecurity, dealing with cybersecurity, having officials who are knowledgeable about computer science and data security would be useful.
Excellent. Let's move out of let's come to Gurgaon.
Yes.
What are the two issues of Gurgaon which must be bothering you as a resident of that city?
Yes. Sir, first would be that every monsoon season there is urban flooding and waterlogging, which also leads to a lot of traffic congestion. And second would be the pollution, especially in the winter months. The pollution is very bad.
My last question: what is the significance of Haryana in India's economy?
Sir, Haryana is a major food grain producer. It plays a key role in food security in India, and it also contributes significantly to food grain exports from India.
That's all.
Yes. Another thing is automobiles.
Okay.
Over 50% of India's passenger vehicles are produced in Haryana.
That's all.
Sir, also, Gurgaon is a major financial hub and IT services hub.
Nothing to do about sports.
Yes, it is a major sports powerhouse. In terms of in the Tokyo Olympics, 4 of the 6 medal winners from India were from Haryana.
Thank you.
Thank you, Aryan.
Yes.
Can you tell me, Aryans came from India, or they are basically from India, or they came from Central Asia, or from where they came? Have you got some idea?
Yes. So the theory is that they migrated from Central Asia around the Vedic period, and they mixed with the existing population.
Okay. You believe in that theory?
So I think the historical evidence points towards that theory only.
Let us come on mathematics. Which is the highest award given for the mathematics in research?
Sir, it's a Fields Medal.
And what is another medal?
There's the Abel's Prize as well.
What is the difference in Abel Prize and Medal Prize?
And
Whom to be given the field medal? There are some restrictions in field medal which are not in Abel Prize. What is the difference in that?
so I think Abel Prize is a lifetime achievement award, while Fields Medal is for more recent work done in mathematics.
Is there some age limit also on that?
I'm not aware of that.
Okay. Now we see layoff in the many of the IT sector companies. You take the TCS, take Infosys, the Wipro. Still a recruitment is there. Why it is so? If they are recruiting the people, then why there is a layoff?
So I think layoffs would have to do with the performance of the employees. So it's not that they do not need employees, but if they feel that the performance is not up to the mark, then they would be laid off.
Or any other condition you see, the middle cadre they are throwing out. Why so?
So maybe it could do with automation with AI.
But that will come to the lower cadre also, the new cadre also.
Yes, sir.
It's not due to they get the high salary, so throw them out and keep the new young men.
So I think that could be
That could be a reason.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because Wipro has already laid off many people. It's one of the important company. Can you tell me what is the Haryana government has taken steps to empower the women?
Yes. Sir, there's the Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao Yojana, which is to deal with girls' education and preventing sex selection at birth. Apart from that, there is specific to Haryana government, sir.
Yes, it's specific to the Haryana. There are many in the provinces, but since you are from Haryana, so we will say in Haryana what the Haryana government is given.
Yes, sir. So there's the cash transfer scheme also announced in the recent budget for I'm not able to recall the exact name of the scheme, but cash transfer scheme to women.
My last question to you, if we go to the places, many places in India,
Yeah.
you see the statues of the leaders are there. Why these statues are to be carved out?
Sir, I think they help build pride among the people, and they are a symbol of the cultural heritage of India, and in a way they can
So we can read about them, why these statues are necessary. You spend lot of money on that.
So I think it also contributes to tourism, and that can bring more money in the economy. On top of that, the people who build the statues, they are also getting paid. So in a way, it's also stimulating the economy as well.
So tourism is religious tourism. They come to see the Ram Mandir, Ram Temple, the Ayodhya Mandir. Huh? Why these people are needed?
Sir, I think it also enhances the beauty of the place where it's in.
From the leader, beauty increase.
Sir, maybe depending on the statue, like if it is a
Okay, thank you.
thing.
Aryan, so present one of the challenges in front of our country government is to create employment. So employment more cannot be created by government itself. It could be through various approaches from private sector, etc. So in the same connection, like a lot of technical universities, they've got incubation center and they try to promote the entrepreneurs so that they become big business houses in future. So how's that incubation center ecosystem works? And is it really doing well? Let's take the case of IIT Roorkee.
Sir, so in the incubation center, what happens is initially, like when you're starting to build a company, they will provide you, first of all, with access to various facilities like computing facilities in the college. On top of that, you will get financial support, and they also help you raise initial funding for your
Anybody can
startup.
get incubated, or there is a selection criteria?
No, sir, there is a selection criteria. So it depends, like the board, they will decide based on you present your idea or startup to them, and they will take a decision.
Now defense is also trying to attract the young entrepreneurs so that Make in India initiative in defense sector could also be proven, and we have really become independent as far as defense hardware is concerned. So what is the system they follow? What is the system is followed by Ministry of Defense or armed forces for that matter?
So system in the sense of
How do they attract the entrepreneurs for their own products? And do they have some different system, or they just get it from colleges and give them projects?
So I think
Any
there
idea
are
about it?
schemes like Make in India scheme, and then specific to defense, there's Aditi scheme to promote defense entrepreneurship. And there's the I think 25% of procurement in defense is mandated to be indigenous.
There is IDEX and Design Army Design Bureau.
Yes.
So they've got problem statement to the tune of say 2,000. Then you select and you get qualified and you get 100 and you carry on. Okay. So India is should India join RCEP, or what could be the advantages, disadvantages of joining RCEP?
So initially, India left the RCEP because there was a widening trade deficit with the ASEAN countries. So I think they should plan properly and take account of what the imports and exports could be and the impact on India's economy could be, and plan accordingly. The advantage would be wider market access to the ASEAN countries, and India also receives significant investment from these countries. However, the disadvantage would be that via bilateral negotiation, India can safeguard certain sectors like the agriculture sector. It can have specific arrangements in place which might not be possible in a wider ranging agreement like RCEP.
We have heard about the blockchain technology, which is being used in the administration also. So what are the probable use, and is there some other technology available in the government for governance or for using the technology in the administration?
So one use could be for land records, maintaining of land records, as it would be a secure way of storing land records, which also it would be transparent as anyone can view it. Apart from that,
Is it being used in Haryana? How the land records, are the land record automated, like they're electronically available and accessible?
So there is government has introduced the DIL RMP scheme to digitize the land records. I don't think it's fully completed yet. So
Okay, thank you, sir.